So some of you are going to run into an issue where if your um, elbow null is parented, middle mouse parented into the shoulder control here like this, you're going to get rotations that do this, or it's going to break and launch to one side. So in order to make sure that we fix that, we're going to select the elbow null control, and you need to make sure that we go into our channel uh, connection editor, so generals, channel control, and we're going to need to make sure that these are visible again. So we're going to take our lock and hide for these sections, and from here on out we're going to wait until we're totally done to lock and hide all of our nulls, and go back and unlock everything as well, so that when we select this, we can select that this is our parent for this control, and then our null as our child. And then under the constraints, we're just going to do a straight parent constraint and maintain our offset and hit apply. What that's going to do is going to do essentially the same thing that our controls set up should do, so they'll move. But it keeps our elbow outside of this object, and it means that we can have our constraint on here, and it's not going to cause much in the way of a problem. So if I go back and I do this with this other side, I have my elbow control null that's set here, and I already have a control that's set up that has that, so I'm going to bring this out and move this down. Outside. So that my elbow is outside, and I select my elbow control and my elbow null, which is my null visible? Yeah. Elbow control and then my null, and again I go into my parent constraint here, and with the maintain offset on I hit parent constraint. Now I'd already set up here so that these will follow, and what I did to do that is I went through my null channel control, so Windows General Editors back to the channel control, and I moved over my scale, my translate, and my visibility, and my rotate, and then I unlocked these again so that I could create a constraint. So unlock selected makes them visible and available, and then I hit this is my parent, so my waist control is my parent, and then the null object here on my shoulder is my child for my parent, and I hit maintain offset and I hit apply, and what that does is that gives me a full parent constraint here so that this moves all of these controls. Now I don't have to do the elbow to this root control because it's already part of this group. And the reason that it's part of that is that I've created a parent constraint to this as well, so that now when I move, everything moves with it. I am not going to do that with my IK controls, because you want to be able to grab your root control, move this around, and have that happen so that these follow this location. So the next thing that we would want to do is set up our FK-IK switch controls to do the same kind of thing. So for these as well, I'm going to go to my nulls, and I'm going to go into my channel control and select all of my scales here. And Lauren is probably going to want these to be set up a different way to follow. I'm going to have to ask her tomorrow rather, before class. But for now, I'm going to set these up like I would the others, and select this is a parent, this is a child for my null, and hit apply. Oh wait, they're locked. I forgot to unlock them. So I'll select them both and unlock these. So unlock selected, oops. It's the nulls that I want, rather. And unlock these like that. Then parent and the child for the null, and hit apply. And then the same thing here. I'm just going to deselect the null and then select this other null and hit apply. And what that does, like I said, is it gives me the ability to move around my character's upper body without that being a problem, and these will still follow. Now, once this is all set up and I have these controls, I need to set up my set-driven key for my FK-IK switch. And we'll come back and do that, but I just wanted to make sure that you guys had this as another video reference on how to get these set up to move. So this is parenting controls, and we can go from there.